We need to show a replay of how Samoa Joe got absolutely destroyed by the Destroyer. 1, 2, and 3 of those running dropkick chair shots. Then he falls over the Kimwanian Cyclone onto the steel chair. And to finally put the icing on the cake here for Samoa Joe, he ends it by hitting the Kimwanian Destroyer, destroying Samoa Joe. And just like as we see Samoa Joe being carried on a stretcher here, like I said at the end of the last part, I've never seen Samoa Joe absolutely destroyed like this before. And it's a damn shame that Samoa Joe cashing in his briefcase and now getting carried on a stretcher before he even got a chance to compete here.
A little correction here. You said you never seen Samoa Joe get this so much destroyed before. Well, I'll just add a little thing to that. Well, at least in the UWA. But nonetheless, here back to what this match was originally supposed to be, a three-way between Gene Starwind, the Destroyer, and Clinton Rampage Jackson, and becoming the new UWA World Heavyweight Champion.
I'm sure all y'all watching at home would have wished or hoped that UWA came back a lot sooner, because I know last year all you fans were raving and calling about how you guys wanted to see do something become UWA champion. But apparently, I guess because he never wanted that pandemonium, that was the last time you guys saw us on UWA. I wish you guys were here at Whole Night Bash when we saw Gene Starwind defeat Alex Richards, ending Alex Richards' reign of tyranny as a UWA champion. To finally win back that UWA championship. It's been over 4 years since Gene Starwind has become a UWA champion, and I believe that the last time Gene Starwind won the UWA championship was in a three-way duel for the UWA championship back at Claim to Fame of 07 in Heathens Road, Kemwan, when Gene Starwind defeated Filmo, the current champion at the time, and Malice.
Hopefully, folks, by the end of the night, or if not by the next episode of Assault, we'll able to give you an update on the condition of Samoa Joe. Maybe get a word with him to see if indeed that this will be his last match here in the UWA. He was unsuccessful in winning the title here tonight. He said he was going to quit if he couldn't get the job done. He couldn't get it done tonight. So the question is, will he keep his word, or cause I don't know if he wants to go out like that.
Any real UWA superstar or any real competitor never can't afford to go out like that, how we just saw. But don't put it past Samoa Joe to just call it in already. It's like being carried on a stretcher here tonight. Because if you recall, folks, last year at Beach Party Slam, there was a triple threat match between Samoa Joe, Planex, and Lord Magma. And of course, if y'all recall, weeks leading into this huge matchup, Samoa Joe was set on fire by Lord Magma, and he was put into a burn unit, and the doctors suggested to Samoa Joe to not show up at Beach Party Slam. Despite the doctor's orders, Samoa Joe found his own way down to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, to show up just in the nick of time in the main event, bandages and all, to compete in the main event at Beach Party Slam. I mean, he still didn't manage to win the UWA Championship that night. But my point is, Samoa Joe is the type of competitor who's not going to allow an injury to stop him from competing especially for the UWA Championship.
Slow action here within the match. I think he's trying to get aware with it all, trying to maybe form some sort of strategy, maybe a 2-on-1 scenario. We've seen both Clinton Rampage Jackson and the Destroyer team up on Gene Starwind, but now that that collusion is seeming to be ended. Rampage just mounting Gene Starwind there, and now trying to do a Luthez press the Destroyer. It's chaos. It's brouhaha right now.
These three men have been destined to come to a clash all year long. I mean, we all know the storied rivalry between Gene Starwind and the Destroyer. It goes all the way back to the Love at First Fight, just months before Pandemonium. But then, of course, Rampage, he earned this spot, and Rampage was in that whole downward spiral ever since Beach Party Slam. He failed to capture a briefcase in the risk versus reward matchup back at Beach Party Slam, which became the turning point in Rampage's career, of course, as we all would call in the industry, a heel turn. I mean, Rampage became bitter as the fans showed no remorse to Rampage losing the risk versus reward match, because the fans didn't like the fact that Rampage won or has an opportunity to become a champion again, because the fans believe that Rampage besmirched the prestige of the UWA Championship by winning it in his debut match at Claim to Fame 2 years ago. And now Rampage has turned on the fans because he believes the fans have turned on him. And then bloodshed, Rampage decimated the enforcer Nick Willis. Then at Hell Night Bash to decimate Luke Fowler to become a top contender for the UWA Championship. And oh, look at that. Gene started hitting the Galactic Ley line. And while Gene was down, look at this. Rampage putting on the STF there. Excellent placement by Rampage there. Perfect timing to put on the STF while the is down, but they sort of bring up that submission attempt there.
God, did you see how close Gene Starlin was tapping right there? You saw the pain and the agony on his face, crying out to the heavens. But luckily, the Destroyer was able to break it up.
The Destroyer, of course, winning an opportunity to become a contender when his team with Spike defeated a team of Von Creed and Murphy Law back at Halloween Night Bash. Originally, this would be Gene Starlin and Destroyer for a huge rematch from Pandemonium 11 here tonight. But of course, Rampage throwing himself in the mix, saying to Gene Starlin that he is a coward by not making it a three-way triple threat match by including him. And knowing Gene Starlin, the fighting champion that he is, has no problem making it a three-way by having Rampage included in this triple threat match. Because remember, last year, Rampage and Gene Starlin had that mutual respect going on because they both wanted to put an end to the Nation of Violence. These two men wanted to actually have a one-on-one contest to see who the better man was, but that match never came to fruition. But obviously, a year later, I can't really say that Gene Starlin has that same kind of respect for Rampage. And look at this, the Destroyers, these kicks of Rampage all around the ring here, one right after another. And now, Vaughn kicking him on the outside of the ring.
Gene Starlin is liking what he sees because he knows as much as the Destroyer's picking his attention. Oh my! Away from Quentin Rampage Jackson, he knows he can capitalize just like that. The Destroyer's back was turned and able to do that huge galactic, that huge lie detector out of the ring and then out to the outside. And now look at this, setting up for the Outlaw Star Smash here. Oh no, not on the concrete, not on the concrete forward. Oh! Modified spinning 720 jackhammer slam. And he calls it galactic ley line.
He calls that the Outlaw Star Smash. And now look at this, as you see Gene Starlin exposing the Spanish announce table, perhaps setting up for some huge spot for the Destroyer Rampage. I guess Gene Starlin just can't decide on which foe to go after first. And oh, Rampage telegraphing that counter, now taking down Gene Starlin to that Luthez press. And of course, Rampage showing his MMA background in full color here tonight. And oh, the Destroyer now showing his wrestling prowess on the Rampage there.
Rampage able to get right back up. The game's not quite been done yet. We're just continuing the MMA brawling. Oh, wait a minute. Destroyer's countered Rampage. Oh, neck breaker. And again! Rampage right back up.
Rampage going back after Gene Starlin. Oh, look at this. He's punching Kid. He's going for deep six here. And oh, that huge devastating clothesline taking down Gene Starlin. Yeah, some moves like that allowed, Rampage to be so dominating against Luke Fowler. I mean, what is this? I need to show you a promo. We need to put together a promo, a video package, and what happened at Hell Night Bash when Rampage just owned Luke Fowler. I mean, going to that match, everyone thought Luke Fowler had Rampage's number. People thought that Luke Fowler was going to be another contender for the championship. Speaking of championship, you see Rampage using that title, is throwing it across the back, and just, I guess, Gene Starlin there. I mean, we all believed that Rampage was going to actually lose to Luke Fowler. That match would lasted 10 minutes long, but it was all one side because Rampage was actually just toying with Luke Fowler and just destroyed him. Perhaps not the best moments in Luke Fowler's career. And now Gene Starlin displaying the Destroyer on top of our announcer right in front of us. And now it looks like Rampage wants to get a few shots in as well. And, oh, look at that. My God, it's exploding the table. My God, you gotta be kidding me. Gene Starlin going high risk. with that huge elbow drop, and of course displaying, wasting no time going after Gene Stone with that huge release belly to belly. And speaking of the Destroyer, I mean, for crying out loud, I mean, back to Luke Fowler. I mean, obviously Luke Fowler still has not gotten over what Destroyer said to him a couple of weeks ago, saying that the reason why Rampage is so devastating right now is because Rampage defeat the weakest link in the Warriors of the World, and Luke Fowler took exception to that. But back to Rampage, look at this, hitting these knees, looks like he's going to go for the comatose, and throwing Gene Stone, releasing him over that pump handle maneuver.
Just like Rampage took advantage after the table spot. The Destroyer's trying to do the same thing, but Gene Stone too close to the ropes. Who is going to win this match? And every time one person goes for the pin, the third man comes in and breaks it up. This match might never end, and I hope that's the case because I never want this thing to end.
Yeah, I mean, for we don't mind commentating our lives off for a match like this or everything that's riding on the line. I mean, if you think about it, folks, look at the Destroyer. I mean, the Destroyer has been practically undefeated. He is undefeated clean all year long since he made his return back to UWA back at last year's Whole Night Bash. You have Rampage, who, like I said, he's been undefeated the last two Claim to Fames. Every time he competed at Claim to Fame, he's always won the championship. Then you have Gene Stone, who's competed every single Pandemonium, but has only lost one time at Pandemonium, and then that night he lost. He had to compete twice. Of course, I'm talking about the 2008 Claim to Fame. And speaking of, and how ironic was it that it was a tag team ladder match where it was Gene Stone and Ross Mitchell of Sex and Violence losing to the tag team of the Destroyer and Sombriato. And so if anyone that Gene Stone has lost to, it was the Destroyer. And as you see, Rampage was making quick work of those belly to bellies, and Destroyer landing that maneuver here, but he tips up. Oh no, he can be going for the Kimwani Devastator here. It looks like Rampage is allowing him to do it, which is good strategy here on Rampage's behalf. Look at this. This could be all true for Gene Stone. This is one of the moves that defeated Gene Stone back at Pandemonium for the Destroyer to retain his championship. And oh! That huge Destroyer power off the top rope.
This is exact. Oh, look at that. Rampage just taking out the referee, Robert Sweeney. Double chokes him, Gene. Oh, Robert Sweeney, unfortunately, unable to make that count. Rampage just nonchalantly hit him once that pin attempt started. He planned that from like a minute away. And oh my! Huge rock hard headbutt.
Yeah, folks, I guess I'm receiving word that this will be the last match that Rampage ever uses that move. And look at this. And now Gene Stone once again on the receiving end of comatose. Oh, look at that. Destroyer picking his spots there, waiting for Rampage to get back up to go for him with that steel steps. But Rampage able to get back up so quickly. Man, it's like Rampage is on a whole new level of intensity than ever before. I mean, how many times can you... Oh, my! Destroyer using the steps to take out both Gene Stone and the Destroyer.
Actually, that was Rampage with the steps, but nonetheless, look at this. Rampage takes over the Destroyer. Puts the leg. Oh, man. Well, he could have chose either one there, but unfortunately, the Destroyer able to come back. Don't really know how for that brutal steel step shot. We possibly see some double team action right here. Oh, yes, we are. Again, these two, the Destroyer and Rampage, double teaming on Gene.
Setting up Gene for something, and once again, the Destroyer hitting that Heathen's Row hangover, and now it's like the Destroyer receiving end of that huge headbutt. Like I said, Rampage said that this would be the last match he ever uses that move. I don't really know why, but I guess he decided to throw Gene Stone out of the ring to go for a quick pin on the Destroyer, getting Gene Stone out of the way. Oh, look at this, these knees comatose right here. Oh, that release pump handle drop and throwing the Destroyer like a sack of potatoes, and Gene Stone, luckily for him, able to get back in the ring in the nick of time.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from Rampage here. Oh my, just brutal right hands able to bust open Gene Stone. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Rampage right now, though, but I'd like to see more. I'd like to see him go for the Warrior Demon, the Freak right here. somewhere in the match. He's been doing the comatose. He's seen that huge, devastating clothesline, but it hasn't got the job done. He's got to do something to get the win here.
Well, now it's Rampage having to start these steps. And we've seen these steps all too much here tonight. Not just in this match, but also throughout the card here as well. I mean, we saw them, in the Urban Rules Fatal 4-Way match. We saw them in the Hell in a Cell match. And we're seeing them here again in this main event match. And, oh, my, that really spilled the belly, throwing G-Stone on those steps.
Oh, and just like that, Rampage is groggy. Spaghetti legs and Bulldog, that elevated Bulldog from the Destroyer. And now it looks like that momentary tag team between Gene Starman and Rampage is totally gone. I don't blame him after that huge steel step shot.
After the Kimberline Cyclone on a Rampage, now they start falling up with the Kimberline Destroyer on a Gene, and I think his head might hit those steps. I can't imagine G-Stone getting up from this one, but just like he said, see, look at this, Rampage getting up right when someone goes for the pin. And I don't think this one is going to end at all. These three men just refuse to stay down, and they will refuse to stay down long enough to allow one of their opponents to go for a pin attempt. And that's what you have to worry about going to these triple threat matches. Obviously, G-Stone did not think that one through or even care about that possibility. He's only here for the sheer competition. He wants to prove he can defeat the Destroyer, and he follows to get a one-on-one with Rampage now that he no longer respects him after he first dissed on the fans earlier this year. And did you see that? Destroyer's bounced off the steps, and look at this. He got as if nothing happened, walking away absolutely unscathed, and he's Rampage trying to get, and Destroyer getting up after it, and now Gene Starman getting up after it. I guess these release belly to bellies that that Rampage is going to town with so much has absolutely no effect on his two opponents now. Oh, look at this. And now Rampage going for the comatose again. I'm basically on the Destroyer.
Goodness, folks, have you ever seen such intensity from Rampage? I mean, yeah, of course he's a good competitor, but I don't think I've ever seen this intensity from him ever before. What do you think, Rockjock?
I have never seen this type of intensity. I mean, I don't know, folks. I think just the fact that he just has a whole new dark side, but a whole new side of brutality as you see him just releasing the comatose on a Gene Starman. Oh wait, Destroyer's still down. Well, this can't be it right here. Wait a minute. There's the bell. There's the music. My goodness, folks. We have ourselves a new UWA World Heavyweight Champion in Quentin Rampage Jackson. What a match this was. Let's show you some of the highlights here. You see it all, of course, a huge double team action. He's finding himself on the receiving end of that double choke slam. Rampage is splitting that intensity you're pointing out, OC, on both Destroyer and Gene Starman. Look at this. This is the final comatose that put away Gene Starman to get the 3 count after Destroyer was put away moments ago. Just like that, we have for ourselves a new World Heavyweight Champion.
Here's your winner and new UWA Champion, Quentin Rampage Jackson.
I don't really want to say it, but I have to. I mean, did Gene Starman and Destroyer get squashed here tonight by Rampage? And my goodness, who can stop this man? Who can stop this man?
No idea, also. I wonder who's next. I mean, after all, this is man now he's victorious. We're going to check every single clip that he's going to compete at. But we got to go, folks. We want to thank you for joining us here at Clinton Fame Live from Toronto. Of course, like I said, we want to thank you for joining us. We want to thank you for being patient, joining us after this huge 7-month-long hiatus, folks. And we want to wish you all some happy holidays. We want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy freaking New Year. We'll see you in the year 2012, and we'll see you on the next episode of Assault.